The gondolas are moored up. The ancient waterways of Venice, usually teeming with traffic, are quiet now. Just a few people wander through some of the most famous squares and narrow passageways in the world. The city and the rest of the country remain in COVID lockdown. The dark and quiet streets of Venice, though, are now home to a growing controversy over the world's lack of preparation for the pandemic. At the center of it is this man and his employer, the World Health Organization. Early last year, Italy was the epicenter of the COVID outbreak, weeks ahead of the rest of the developed world. Dr. Francesco Zambon was tasked with sending a detailed plan to all nations on how to cope, based on Italy's response. He did it, it was published, then it was withdrawn by the World Health Organization. The world never got the plan.
They could have had what we didn't have, time. We didn't have time to prepare. But this report would have allowed them to buy time, which was by far the most important good for getting better prepared for the pandemic.
The chaotic scenes of overwhelmed hospitals in northern Italy prompted the WHO to provide real-time analysis to help governments prepare. Italy was not unique in being unprepared. Most countries were not. The report team discovered that Italy's pandemic plan hadn't changed since 2006 and noted it. Dr. Zambon and his lawyer say it wasn't an issue until WHO officials told the Zambon team to amend the report and say the plan had been updated. He refused and has resigned. Dr. Zambon says the affair has completely undermined the World Health Organization's reputation.
I think that the problem here is about the lack of independence, a lack of transparency of the World Health Organization. The mandate of the organization is to preserve, to promote the health of the citizens of the entire world. And the story that happened in a year shows that the organization is bound by personal interests, by government's interest, and by financial powers.
100 miles or so west of Venice is Bergamo, one of the worst hit cities in the pandemic. Prosecutors are investigating the government's COVID planning on behalf of the families of those who died here. They've asked for the WHO to help their investigation, but so far it has refused, even saying staff members have immunity from questioning. It's left the prosecution teams confused and suspicious and talking to Dr. Zambon.
Il problema per noi è ancora quello di sapere perché c'è stata questa esplosione pandemica qui. Stanno trasformando questa indagine in, non dico un complotto, ma comunque un qualche cosa di politico e anche di livello internazionale che non era nelle nostre intenzioni.
Responding to our questions, the WHO said that the report was published too early and that it had inconsistencies and inaccuracies. They did, however, say that they are reviewing what assistance they can give to the prosecutors here in Bergamo. Dr. Zambon is now unemployed and has been forced to put his home and his beloved piano up for sale. The prosecutors in Bergamo say his testimony and any evidence he possesses continues to be part of their investigation. Preliminary findings of that investigation are expected next month. Stuart, Ramsay, Sky News, Northern Italy.